Hello and welcome. As promised in the Hips Don't Lie Hip Clinic, I'm going to do a follow along hip routine to help kind of balance the tensegrity of the pelvis and just get the hips moving and feeling good. You will need a foam roller, or you can always use a block, 2 blocks, a strap, like a yoga strap, something firm, and a band, and of course a folded mat in case you want some support for the knees. We're going to start with a block and a strap, just some gentle getting going. So if you need to use a mat here, fantastic, no problem at all. I'm going to set the block between my inner legs, hook up over my knees, a little tightness going here, and I'm going to lay down. I'm going to take a deep breath into my low belly. Then as I exhale, I'm just going to tuck my chin a little, slide my shoulders away from my ears, and see if I can imprint my lower back and close the front of my ribs. I'm going to keep that as I inhale. I'm going to hug my abdominals in a little deeper, and I'll add a squeeze of the block and a press of the bands out, and then relax, inhale. Keeping the length of the spine, the knitting of the ribs, that low back long, I'm going to squeeze the block in and reach the thighs out. It almost feels like it goes in a little spiral. And then inhale. 2 more times. Squeeze the block and press the straps. And inhale. Squeeze the block, press the straps. Keep it inhale. Feel the full footprint on both feet. On my next exhale, I'm going to curl my tailbone under, roll into a little bridge, press my heels down a little farther, and then right underneath my sitting bones, I want to feel that extra activation at the base of the hamstrings. I'm going to keep my tailbone long, kind of bury my sacrum, and I'm going to peel back down 1 vertebra at a time to the spine. We're going to do it 3 more times. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, ground the full foot on both sides, press the pelvis up. Inhale. And then melt 1 vertebra at a time back down until the sacrum rests. And again, exhale to curl up. Really getting high in the sitting bone activation, so really turning on those hamstrings. And then peel down. And then again, exhale, peel up. Press the feet down, and then a little extra lift at the hamstrings. Keep the tailbone long. Squeeze the block, press the band. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently peel back down. And beautiful. We'll take a little rest from here. I'm going to move the block. I'm going to remove the strap. I'm going to take my hands back behind my head. Keep my lumbar spine imprinted into the floor, or a little engagement right above the pubic bone. Deep breath in. And I'm going to lengthen my head first, scoop my elbows a little wide and forward, and then soften my low ribs and my sternum and keep this little hover curl. I'm going to take a deep breath in, relax my head into my hands. On my exhale, I'm going to hug my right knee in. 2, 3, and then I'm going to inhale, curl a little higher, releasing the head back. And I'm going to exhale, flex the left heel, reach the leg long. 2, 3, inhale. Step the right foot down. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. And then point the left foot, curl nose to knee. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. Flex that right foot, slide it long. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. Step the left foot down. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. Point the right foot. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. And then slide the left leg long. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. Step the right foot down. 2, 3, inhale. Pull the left knee in. 2, 3, inhale. Slide the right leg long. 2, 3, inhale. Step the left foot down. 2, 3, inhale, last round. Right knee in. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. Slide the left leg long. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. Step the right foot down. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. Slide the left knee in. 2, 3, inhale, curl higher. And then slide the right leg along. 2, 3, inhale. Step the left foot down. 2, 3, inhale. Slide the right foot to step to the floor. 2, 3, inhale. And then gently lower down. 2, 3, and hug your knees into your chest. I'm going to take a couple gentle circles in each direction. Tracing the sacrum on the floor. Good. Nice. Now I'm going to take my feet together, close. So inner heels, inner big toes touching, inner thighs squeeze towards each other. I'm going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to tuck my chin, slide my shoulders down, connect my ribs, and then curl my tailbone under. Come up to a nice high bridge, and then if you need to use your fingertips and your sitting bones to get that lift, go for it. I'm going to stay here, do these little suctions through my feet, just like the workshop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to straighten the right leg. My knees stay attached. My hips stay high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Change. Hips up. Thighs together. Knees connected. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Together, a little higher, last 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Keep squeezing the inner thighs in. 7, 6, 5, 4. Sorry, I missed a bunch. We'll go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the feet down, lift the hips high, connect the ribs, and lower down. Nice. From here, we're going to grab our foam roller and our stretchy strap. I'm going to press my feet down, take my pelvis on top of the roller with a little posterior pelvic tilt. And I'm going to fold this band in half, take it over my feet, my knees bent, and hold on to the roller. From here, I'm going to hug my right knee in and send my left leg long, and then gently back to center. I'm going to exhale, left knee hugs in, right leg reaches, really squeezing the base of the butt, and then inhale back to center. I'm going to hug my right knee in and send my left leg long, really reach that heel out and over, and then back to center. And right side. And center. And left side. And center. And right side. And back to center. And left side. And back to center. One more time. Right leg out, left knee in. And center. Strengthening the psoas and the glutes. And then back to center. I'm going to remove my bands. Floppy feet. And then just do some gentle little tippy toes down. Seeing if I can keep this little curl of my tailbone so my pelvis doesn't move at all. In and out of anterior pelvic tilt. I just move my femurs. And then when that starts to feel good, I'm going to go dip once, twice, and like I have little flashlights on my knees. I'm going to windmill around to change. And again, once, twice, and then a little windmill around to change. Again, scissor, scissor, and then windmill it around to change. And scissor, scissor, windmill it around to change. Let's do one more time each side. Yeah, resting. And then really carving out the space of the hip sockets. And then scissor, scissor, windmill. Good. Next time the left knee comes in, I'm going to catch it. Flex my right foot and then reach long. Connect my ribs. Hug in a bit. And then feel the space in the front of that hip. A couple breaths here. Two more. One more. Good. And then change. Slide the right knee in. Send the left heel long. Little Thomas stretch. I'm going to find a little internal rotation on that bottom leg. Reach the heel long. So I don't want to let the knee bend. I want to slide that heel away. And then breathe into the front of that hip. knees in. Move my little roller. Shake out my legs, a little internal, external, a little pitter-patter of the feet. And then I'm going to roll to one side. And we'll come up to sitting to do a little bit of bear sit work. So from here, I'm just going to open my legs wide, open my heels wide, add a little hug of the heels back, which actually sends the knees out wide. And then from here, I'm going to start to open my left knee and delay my right knee as long as I can until I find a little bear sit, and then a little forward fold. I'm going to open the right knee, delay this left knee as long as I can, and then same thing on the other side. A little fold, and I'm going to open, and then I'm going to fold, and then I'm going to open. Nice. And then a fold. A few more times. If this is easy, you can take the hands from behind you. Try to do the same thing with no hands, a little more active. Good. And let's do one more time each side for those of you who are trying the active version. Wah. And other side. Good. I'm going to go back to the first side. I'm going to close the angle to more of this Z sit. So I'm going to tuck that heel in. Then I'm just going to take some circles of this hip a couple times. So moving the hip around, going from internal to external a couple times. I'm just lubricating the hip joint. Oh, there we go. Got a little adjustment myself. Good. And then from here, I'm going to press down, stand up. And then as I lower, I'm going to imagine my back sitting bone. I'm going to try and touch the floor first. Good. I'm going to do 3 more times. Lift. Then I'm going to imagine that back sitting bone tries to touch the floor first. 2 more. And then it's the back sitting bone. And then 1 more. Trying to touch that back sitting bone for 3, 2, 1. I'm going to sit. And then trying to lift my heel first. Instead of just the knee, the heel, I'm going to do 8 lifts of this front leg. Just getting the adductors on. 3, 4. I'm going to try not to drop the foot back to the floor, but a nice gentle lift. 6, 7, 8, and hold. And rest. And now same thing with the back leg. I'm going to try and sit up tall if I can. I'm going to do 8. Again, trying not to just lift the knee, but think heel first. We have 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Last one and hold. 2, 3. Now I'm going to take the leg around and try and lift it up in front of me. I'm going to circle it through internal rotation and send it back. We're going to do 4 of those. 2, 3, 4. Good. And I'm going to set it down and change to the other side. Good. Tuck that back heel in a bit, and then I'm going to lift up, open the front of the hips, and then imagine the back sitting bone is trying to touch the floor first. 2, back sitting bone towards the floor. 3, back sitting bone towards the floor. 4, back sitting bone towards the floor. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Front heel 8 times. 1, 2. You can always use fingers if you need, but if you can't, sit up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Nice. And then other side. Good. Trying to sit up tall. Again, if you need fingers, you're always welcome. Thinking of lifting the heel. Of course, the knee will also lift, but it should kind of come up parallel versus that knee leading. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to reach the leg around and then back. That's 1. Around, and then back. That's 2. Around, and then back. That's 3. Around, and then back. That's 4. 3, 2, 1. Set it down. From here, I'm going to take my feet in front of me. I can keep my butt up or on the floor, up to me. And I'm just going to work internal rotation. Notice I keep the feet flexed so that I'm supporting the ligaments of the knee. And I'm just trying to drop that femur front of it. I almost think front diagonal. Oh yeah. Couple more. Your internal rotation. Last one, side to side. Beautiful. I'm gonna hug one foot in as close as I can to my sitting bone. Try and sit up straight with my chest, flex the foot. I'm just gonna do 8 lifts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Change sides. Heel as close to my sitting bone as I can get it. I sit up tall. If you need to sit up on a block, or if you need fingers behind you, it's no problem, but eventually you want to pull your chest through. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. Beautiful, fantastic. From here, I'm gonna grab a block. I'm gonna set myself up against the wall, and you can actually grab 2 blocks if you have them. We'll do 4 cars, controlled articular ranges on each side. So, come up to the wall just to keep myself honest. Take my shoulder and my hip towards it, and then take 1 block on my lower back to make sure that I'm not borrowing from my lower back. And then block between the heel and sitting bone. You can also do a tennis ball behind the knee. That's a little easier. This can be tricky actually with the block, but we're gonna go up, around, in and through, and then reverse. In, open, out, and around. You can really start either direction. I'm just gonna do 4 complete rounds. Trying to activate all the rotational muscles close to the hip. Round 3. Trying to keep my waist long. Round 4. And change sides. Just gonna keep my block on. Okay. Other side. Heel sitting bone connection. Spine tall. And I'm gonna go up, around, and in. And then hip flexion. External to internal rotation to extension. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Fantastic. Shake it out. Woo, all right. Take your blocks with you. Let's do a little lunge action. So, I'm gonna set up 2 blocks. I'm gonna set them to the side, kind of perpendicular. So my left shin is parallel. My right leg is gonna go out 90 degrees. I'm gonna keep my tailbone long. I'm gonna try and keep this hip dropped. And then I'm gonna start these little lunges to the side for my groin. If I need it to be harder, I just scoot away. We're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3. Kind of customize your distance. And 4. It's like a strange side split squat. And 6
and 7. And then on the 8th one, I'm gonna stay, take my fingers to the floor, maybe reach my other arm and chest to the sky. I can have the hand behind the head, or I can extend all the way through the fingertips. I'm gonna hold 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then come up on 1, change to the other side. And take a moment to customize distance. Lift this up. Boom. Customize your distance. Good. Drop that sitting bone, square the hips forward, and then we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're gonna stay. Top arm can go up to the sky, kind of press that knee open. You can also have hands back behind the head, whatever feels best for you. I'm gonna hold for 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and come up. Good. Last 2 exercises. I'm gonna take my mat, fold it up, come to the wall. And do a couch stretch. So I'm gonna bend my heel to my sitting bone and walk my knee back just in front of the wall. If that's tricky, you can always start farther away. The full expression knee will be right up against the wall. I'm gonna step the other leg forward. I'm gonna take a moment here to curl my tailbone under. And then I'm trying to get to the point where I can roll back and kind of press my ribs into the wall, my low back into the wall. For a while, you might be a little farther forward, totally fine. We're gonna take 30 seconds to stretch the quad here. So I'm gonna curl my tailbone under, press to the front heel, lengthen. If it's too easy, you take that hand back behind the head, you lift and side shift towards the front leg side. And we breathe. We'll curl under. I want to think of that ASIS bone lifting up and pressing forward, that little hip point. We'll go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come out of it. So come out about a quarter of the way, then come out half the way, and then the rest of the way out. So most injuries happen on the exits because we're trying to get out of uncomfortable feelings. So we rush. So the second side, I'm gonna take my other knee up towards the wall. Again, maybe for you, it's a little farther away, or maybe for you, you level up. So you're gonna kind of meet yourself where you're at. I'm gonna curl my tailbone under, roll my ribs back, drop that front sitting bone down and kind of hug in. And then if I need more, I can take this other arm, lift the elbow, and side shift towards the front standing leg. Keep curling the ribs back. And we breathe. Again, you might be here, but I just want to slowly keep that lower back coming towards the wall. About 8 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to come out a quarter of the way, and then half the way, and then eventually all the way. Beautiful. Fantastic. Last thing, grab a block or a couple of books if you need. We're going to use the wall for some help. The block is just to give a little space for my hip to drop. So I'm going to set up with a little distance between me and the wall, just so I don't feel crushed up against it. I'm going to take a moment to level my hips. Send my tailbone long, really feel my standing gluteal fold so that I'm in that kind of buried sacrum spot we worked on in the workshop. And then I'm just going to swing the leg forward and back. Doesn't have to be the highest swing for now. I just want to think down and out without borrowing too much from my back. Just trying to get that nice breathy swing through the leg. Good, and then shake it. Change sides. Stand my left foot on the block, spread. Feel my hips nice and level and my sacrum long, my navel connected, my ribs connected. And then I'm gonna start to swing the leg. Mostly about just dropping the hip out, creating some gentle space in the hip socket. If you have SI stuff, small is fine. We're not necessarily interested in huge extension at the moment. We just got our quad open and our couch stretch, so I'm just letting the leg have some freedom in the hip socket. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. So this particular sequence that we went through today is just a nice way to warm up and kind of reset the hips at the beginning of the day. By all means, you can go into bigger things like Jefferson curls or good mornings or any other larger mobility exercises later. But if you're kind of rehabbing from something or trying to get some basic tensegrity back in the hips, or just trying to get things fired up a little more evenly, kind of wake up the deep rotators of the hips and recenter things, this can be a good little supplementary practice to get you started. If you've been in chronic pain for a while, I highly recommend learning a little bit about pain science and then having these kind of baseline reset practices for your SI and your pelvis before adding a bunch of other things, which of course you're trying to develop on towards other projects or goals. So just having some ways to fire up the various parts of the muscle and the tissue is going to be really advantageous. Cool. Thanks so much for joining. Feel free to reach out with questions anytime. info@mixedmovementarts.com. And I hope we see you in person or online soon. Take care.